Welcome, kindred spirit, to the quiet space where ancient wisdom meets the unfolding future, a boundless sanctuary where the currents of technological change gently flow and the shores of inner clarity softly embrace you. In this sacred moment, we invite you to release the anxieties that arise with new complexities, to quiet the restless mind that seeks to grasp and control the unknown, and to rediscover the profound understanding that resides within your deepest being. As the moonlight guides us and the soft echoes of wisdom surround us, prepare to embark on a journey through timeless Zen and Buddhist tales. Each story is a gentle key, unlocking a deeper understanding of presence, a richer experience of discernment, and a path to the most restorative sleep you can possibly imagine. There is nothing to do now, nowhere to go. Simply listen and allow yourself to drift on the calm waters of awareness. Let us begin with our first story. This is the story of the scholar and the echo chamber. In a bustling city lived a renowned scholar who prided himself on his vast knowledge. He spent his days in a grand library, surrounded by scrolls and ancient texts. He also possessed a curious device, a polished silver sphere that he had crafted. When he spoke a question into the sphere, it would instantly echo back to him answers drawn from countless recorded voices and compiled texts. The scholar loved his sphere. It confirmed his existing beliefs. It amplified his own opinions. It always agreed with him. He consulted it for every decision, every argument, every piece of information. He believed he was becoming the wisest man in the land. However, over time, he noticed a subtle shift. His conversations with others became difficult. He found himself impatient with differing views. He felt a growing isolation, even amidst his vast knowledge. One day, a humble Zen monk visited the city. The scholar, eager to impress, invited the monk to his library and demonstrated his marvelous sphere. He asked the sphere, "What is truth?" The sphere, in a chorus of voices, echoed back, "Truth is what you believe. Truth is what is confirmed. Truth is what is known." The scholar smiled triumphantly. He looked at the monk. The monk, however, simply picked up a small, smooth stone from the garden outside. He placed it in the scholar's hand. He said, "My dear scholar, this sphere reflects what you already seek. It echoes what has already been said. But truth is not an echo. It is the stone in your hand. It is the silence between the words. It is the direct experience of what is." The scholar looked from the sphere to the stone. He felt the cool, solid weight of the stone. He heard the quiet of the library after the echoes faded. And in that moment, he realized that his pursuit of knowledge through the echo chamber had led him not to wisdom, but to a profound and unsettling aloneness. The poignant story of the scholar and the echo chamber offers a profound teaching for navigating our modern world, intertwined with artificial intelligence. It vividly illustrates how our reliance on systems designed to confirm our biases or amplify existing information can inadvertently lead us away from true understanding and genuine connection. In today's digital age, AI algorithms power our search engines, our social media feeds, and our content recommendations. Like the scholar's sphere, they are incredibly efficient at providing us with information that aligns with our past preferences or confirms our existing viewpoints. This can create digital echo chambers where our perspectives are constantly reinforced and dissenting views are filtered out. The Buddha taught, "Believe nothing, no matter where you read it or who said it, not even if I have said it, unless it agrees with your own reason and your own common sense." This profound insight guides us to a different path. When we are constantly fed information that mirrors our own thoughts, we risk losing the capacity for critical inquiry, for open-mindedness, and for genuine empathy towards those who think differently. Zen practice invites us to cultivate discernment and a beginner's mind in our interactions with AI and information, to question, to explore beyond the first answer, to seek diverse perspectives, and most importantly, to return to our direct experience. Like the stone in the hand, this is about realizing that while AI can be a powerful tool for accessing information, true wisdom arises from within, from our own capacity to observe, to reflect, to connect, and to discern what truly resonates with our deepest truth. It is the effortless act of remaining curious and grounded, even amidst the vast echoes of the digital world. As the Zen master Shunryu Suzuki taught, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities, but in the expert's mind, there are few. Tonight, as you settle into deep, restorative sleep, reflect on how you consume information in your daily life. Are you seeking only what confirms what you already know? Can you imagine gently opening your mind to new perspectives and trusting your own inner knowing? Above all echoes, rest in the profound peace that comes from true discernment and the quiet joy found in the boundless space of an open, inquiring heart. As your breath flows softly and your body finds deeper ease, let us now discover the true nature of presence, found not in constant stimulation, but in the profound stillness of the moment. This is the story of the monk and the digital bell. In a remote mountain monastery, where the air was pure and the silence profound, lived a young monk. He was diligent in his duties, but found himself increasingly drawn to a new, small device that had made its way to the monastery. It was a digital bell, unlike the traditional temple bell that rang with deep, resonant tones at set times. This digital bell could be programmed to chime at any moment with a multitude of sounds and even display inspiring quotes or images. The young monk became fascinated. He programmed it to chime every few minutes to remind him of mindfulness. He thought, more reminders will lead to deeper awareness. He found himself constantly checking the bell, anticipating its chime, distracted by its novelty. His meditation became restless. His mind constantly waited for the next notification. He complained to the master. "Master," he sighed, "I have found a way to be constantly reminded of mindfulness, yet I feel more distracted than ever before. My mind is never truly still. The master, who was sitting calmly, listening to the distant, real temple bell, simply smiled. He said, "My dear student, the bell is simply a bell." He continued, "The true chime of mindfulness does not come from an external device. It comes from the stillness within your own heart." The monk paused. He looked at the digital bell, then at the master, who was simply present with the sound of the wind and the rustle of leaves. He realized that his constant seeking of external prompts had pulled him away from the very presence he sought. He put the digital bell aside. He sat back down, closed his eyes, and this time he listened, not for a chime, but for the quiet of his own breath. And in that moment of stillness, the true bell of awareness rang from within. The poignant story of the monk and the digital bell offers a profound teaching for navigating our modern world, intertwined with artificial intelligence. It vividly illustrates how our reliance on constant digital stimulation and external prompts can inadvertently pull us away from our own innate capacity for presence and inner stillness. In today's digital age, AI-powered notifications, smart assistants, and personalized feeds are designed to constantly engage us, to offer endless information, and to keep us connected. Like the digital bell, they promise to enhance our lives, to make us more efficient, or even more mindful. But this constant external prompting can create a subtle restlessness, a perpetual anticipation that prevents us from truly settling into the present moment. The Buddha taught, "The mind is everything. What you think you become." This profound insight guides us to a different path. When our minds are constantly waiting for the next chime, the next notification, we lose touch with the quiet wisdom that arises from within. Zen practice invites us to cultivate mindful disengagement and intentional stillness in our interactions with AI and technology, to recognize that true awareness is not an external input, but an internal state, to consciously choose moments of digital silence to listen to the subtle cues of our own body, our own breath, our own heart. This is about realizing that while AI can be a powerful tool for convenience, true peace arises from within, from our own capacity to disconnect, to observe, to simply be, without external prompts. It is the effortless act of trusting the inherent wisdom of our own uninterrupted awareness. As the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh taught, walk as if you are kissing the earth with your feet. This is about bringing that same profound presence to every moment, independent of external chimes. Tonight, as you settle into deep, restorative sleep, reflect on how much you rely on external digital prompts. Are you constantly waiting for the next notification? Can you imagine gently stepping away from the digital bells and listening to the quiet chime of your own inner stillness? Rest in the profound peace that comes from true presence and the quiet joy found in the boundless space of an undisturbed mind. As your breath flows softly and your body finds deeper ease, let us now discover the true nature of mastery, found not in external perfection, but in the profound engagement of the human spirit. This is the story of the potter and the perfect mold. In a quiet village, nestled by a river, lived a master potter. His hands were renowned for shaping clay into vessels of unique beauty. Each pot, though not perfectly symmetrical, held a soulful quality, a testament to the human touch. His creations were sought after for their subtle imperfections, which made them truly alive. One day, a merchant arrived with a new invention, a miraculous, intricate mold, crafted with such precision, it promised to create absolutely perfect, identical pots every single time, without effort. The potter, intrigued by the promise of effortless perfection, began to use the mold. His workshop, once filled with the rhythmic hum of his wheel and the tactile squish of clay, became quiet. His pots were indeed flawless, each one an exact replica of the last. He produced more, faster, and they sold quickly. Yet, a strange emptiness began to grow within him. He missed the feel of the clay responding to his hands. He missed the subtle challenge of coaxing beauty from imperfection. His heart felt disconnected from his craft. He confided in the Zen master, who often visited his workshop. "Master," he sighed, "my pots are perfect. My business thrives. Yet I feel a profound lack. My hands feel idle. My spirit feels unfulfilled." The master picked up one of the perfectly molded pots. He held it gently. He then picked up an older, slightly uneven pot, made by the potter's own hands. He said, "My dear potter, this mold creates perfection, but your hands create soul." He continued, "The tool is a servant. It is not the master. True mastery is found not in the flawless outcome, but in the engaged heart, the present mind, and the skillful hands that dance with the clay." The potter looked from the perfect, cold pot to his own hands. He remembered the joy of the clay yielding to his touch. He understood that his true art was not in the product, but in the process. He returned to his wheel, and though he still used tools, he never again allowed them to replace the direct, heartfelt engagement of his own living hands. The profound story of the potter and the perfect mold offers a crucial teaching for navigating our modern world, intertwined with artificial intelligence. It beautifully illustrates how our reliance on AI for efficiency or for achieving flawless outcomes can inadvertently lead us away from the very essence of our own human skill, creativity, and fulfillment. In today's digital age, AI tools are increasingly capable of automating tasks, generating content, and even creating art. Like the perfect mold, they promise to make our lives easier, our work more efficient, and our output flawless. But if we become overly reliant, if we allow these tools to replace our direct engagement, our critical thinking, our intuitive creativity, we risk losing touch with the very qualities that make us uniquely human. The Buddha taught, "Your work is to discover your work, and then with all your heart, to give yourself to it. This profound insight guides us to a different path. When we delegate too much to the perfect mold of AI, we risk losing the joy of the process, the lessons learned from imperfection, and the deep satisfaction that comes from our own engaged effort. Zen practice invites us to cultivate mindful engagement and discernment in our interactions with AI and technology, to use AI as a skillful means, a tool to assist, not a substitute for our own direct experience, our own creativity, our own human touch. This is about realizing that while AI can optimize and automate, true mastery and true fulfillment arise from within, from our own capacity to be present, to create, to learn, and to infuse our efforts with our unique human spirit. It is the effortless act of honoring our own innate abilities and remaining the master of our own craft, even in a world of perfect molds. Tonight, as you settle into deep, restorative sleep, reflect on how you use technology and AI in your daily life. Are you allowing tools to replace your own direct engagement or your unique creativity? Can you imagine gently reconnecting with the joy of the process and honoring your own skillful hands and heart? Rest in the profound peace that comes from true mastery and the quiet joy found in the boundless space of your own engaged being. As your breath flows softly and your body finds deeper ease, let us now discover the true nature of connection, found not in digital proximity, but in the profound presence of shared humanity. This is the story of the monk and the digital scroll. In a remote mountain village lived a wise old monk who spent his days in quiet contemplation and in teaching his few students. He valued direct experience and heartfelt connection. One day, a young, enthusiastic traveler visited the monastery. He carried with him a wondrous digital scroll, a device that could display thousands of texts from across the world and even allow him to communicate Instantly, with people in distant lands, the traveler proudly demonstrated his scroll to the monk. He showed how he could send messages, receive news, and access wisdom from countless sources, all without leaving his seat. "See, Master," he exclaimed, "with this, I am connected to everyone, everywhere. I am never alone." The monk listened patiently. He then invited the traveler to sit with him for tea. As they sat, the monk poured the tea and offered it with both hands, his gaze kind and direct. The traveler, however, kept glancing at his digital scroll, checking for new messages or updates. He was physically present, but his attention was fragmented, scattered across 1,000 digital connections. After a long silence, the monk gently said, "My dear traveler, this scroll connects you to many, but does it connect you to the one who sits before you?" Now, the traveler paused. He looked up from his scroll at the monk's compassionate eyes. He saw the warmth of the tea in his cup. He heard the gentle rustle of the leaves outside. And for the first time since arriving, he felt a profound presence, a real connection that was not mediated by any device. He realized that true connection was not about the number of digital links, but the depth of presence in a single shared moment. He slowly put the digital scroll aside and truly drank his tea with the monk. The profound story of the monk and the digital scroll offers a crucial teaching for navigating our modern world, intertwined with artificial intelligence. It beautifully illustrates how our pursuit of constant digital connection can inadvertently lead us away from the richness and depth of genuine human presence. In today's digital age, AI-powered platforms and communication tools promise to connect us like never before. They allow us to maintain a vast network of digital relationships and access information instantly. Like the digital scroll, they offer the illusion of constant connection. But if our attention is perpetually divided, if we are always glancing at a screen, waiting for the next notification, we risk losing the capacity for deep, focused presence with the people who are physically right in front of us. The Buddha taught the greatest gift is to give people your complete attention. This profound insight guides us to a different path. When we are distracted by the digital scroll, we are not truly with the person before us. We are present only partially or not at all. Zen practice invites us to cultivate mindful presence and intentional disconnection in our interactions with AI and technology, to consciously choose moments to put devices aside, to offer our full, undivided attention to those we are with, to truly listen, to truly see, to truly connect, heart to heart. This is about realizing that while AI can facilitate communication, true connection arises from within, from our own capacity to be fully present, to engage deeply, and to share the sacred space of the moment, unmediated. It is the effortless act of honoring the human bond above all digital links. Tonight, as you settle into deep, restorative sleep, reflect on how much your digital devices impact your presence in relationships. Are you truly with the people you love, or is your attention often elsewhere? Can you imagine gently putting the digital scroll aside and offering your full, undivided presence to those who matter most? Rest in the profound peace that comes from true connection and the quiet joy found in the boundless space of shared human presence. As your breath flows softly and your body finds deeper ease, let us now discover the true nature of wisdom, found not in external pronouncements, but in the profound trust of your own inner knowing. This is the story of the villager and the oracle machine. In a remote valley, where life was simple and decisions often difficult, a curious machine appeared. It was called the Oracle Machine. Villagers would ask it questions about their crops, their journeys, their future, and the machine, with whirring gears and flickering lights, would print out precise, detailed answers. Its predictions were often accurate. Its advice seemed infallible. Soon the villagers began to rely completely on it. They consulted it for everything. They stopped trusting their own instincts. They stopped listening to the wisdom of their elders. They stopped observing the subtle signs of nature. Among them was a young farmer named Kenji. He too initially found comfort in the oracle machine's answers. But one season, the oracle machine predicted a bountiful harvest, despite Kenji's own observations of unusual weather patterns and the subtle changes in the soil. His inner voice whispered caution. His intuition urged him to prepare differently. Yet the oracle machine was never wrong. He felt torn. He sought out the old Zen master who lived in a small hut by the river. "Master," Kenji asked, "the oracle machine tells me one thing, but my heart feels another. Which should I trust?" The master, who was meticulously polishing a simple stone, looked up. He said, "My dear Kenji, the oracle machine is a reflection of what has been. It is a compilation of patterns, but your heart is a living stream. It feels the unique current of this very moment." He continued, "Do not mistake information for wisdom, and do not mistake a perfect prediction for the truth of your own experience." Kenji looked at his calloused hands. He remembered the feel of the soil, the scent of the air, the subtle shift of the wind that the oracle machine could not truly know. He returned to his farm. He respected the oracle machine, but he chose to trust his own inner knowing. He prepared his fields according to his intuition, and when the unexpected weather indeed arrived, his crops, though not bountiful, were saved, while those who relied solely on the oracle machine suffered great loss. The profound story of the villager and the oracle machine offers a crucial teaching for navigating our modern world, intertwined with artificial intelligence. It beautifully illustrates how our reliance on seemingly infallible external sources of information can inadvertently diminish our trust in our own innate wisdom and direct experience In today's digital age, AI systems can generate answers, summarize vast data, and even offer advice with remarkable speed and apparent authority. Like the Oracle machine, they can seem to know everything. But if we become overly dependent, if we allow these systems to completely replace our own critical thinking, our intuition, and our direct engagement with the world, we risk losing touch with our deepest source of true wisdom. The Buddha taught, "Be a lamp unto yourselves. Be your own refuge. Have no other refuge." This fundamental insight guides us to a different path. While AI can provide valuable information and insights, it is a tool based on patterns of the past. True wisdom arises from the living stream of our present moment, our unique experience, and our capacity to discern what truly resonates with our own truth. Zen practice invites us to cultivate discernment and self-trust in our interactions with AI and information. To use AI as a skillful means, a source of data, but always to filter it through our own conscious awareness, our intuition, and our direct observation. This is about realizing that while AI can offer vast knowledge, true wisdom is not something that can be outsourced. It arises from within, from our own capacity to be present, to question, to integrate, and to trust the profound knowing that resides in our own heart. It is the effortless act of honoring your inner compass, even amidst the most convincing external pronouncements. Tonight, as you settle into deep, restorative sleep, reflect on how you approach information from AI or other sources. Are you blindly accepting, or are you engaging your own discernment? Can you imagine gently reconnecting with your own inner wisdom and trusting the quiet knowing that guides your path? Rest in the profound peace that comes from self-trust and the quiet joy found in the boundless space of your own inherent wisdom. As your breath flows softly and your body finds deeper ease, let us now discover the true nature of creativity, found not in flawless replication, but in the profound authenticity of the human heart. This is the story of the painter and the AI brush. In a quiet mountain village lived a painter whose works, though sometimes uneven, were filled with raw emotion and vibrant life. He painted from his heart, capturing the fleeting moments of joy and sorrow, the subtle shifts of light and shadow. His paintings were unique, each one a piece of his soul. One day, a new technology arrived in the nearby city, an AI brush. This marvel could generate paintings of breathtaking perfection, flawless lines, impeccable colors, and compositions that adhered to every classical rule. These AI paintings were instantly popular. They were everywhere, praised for their technical brilliance and their consistent beauty. The painter saw his own work begin to be overlooked. He felt disheartened. His hands felt clumsy. His heart felt inadequate. He thought, "What is the point of my imperfect strokes when perfection can be created without effort?" He considered giving up painting. He sought guidance from the old Zen master who lived nearby. "Master," he sighed, "my art is no longer valued. The AI brush creates flawless beauty. What is left for a human heart to paint?" The master, who was meticulously arranging a single, slightly withered flower in a vase, looked at the painter. He said, "My dear painter, the AI brush creates a reflection of beauty, but your heart creates the living breath of beauty." He continued, "The AI brush knows all the rules of composition, but it does not know the ache of longing. It does not know the warmth of a tear. It does not know the joy of a sunrise witnessed with a beating heart." The painter looked at his own hands, stained with paint, marked by years of struggle and creation. He remembered the feeling of the brush becoming an extension of his own spirit. He understood that the AI brush could replicate form, but it could not replicate the human journey, the lived experience, the unique consciousness that flowed through his own creative act. He returned to his easel. He continued to paint with his imperfect strokes, with his raw emotions, with his vibrant life. And though his art might not always be flawlessly perfect, it was always authentically human, and therefore infinitely precious. The profound story of the painter and the AI brush offers a crucial teaching for navigating our modern world, intertwined with artificial intelligence. It beautifully illustrates how our pursuit of external perfection, or our comparison to AI-generated output, can inadvertently diminish our trust in our own unique human creativity and authenticity. In today's digital age, AI tools can generate images, write texts, and compose music with astonishing speed and technical precision. Like the AI brush, they can produce outcomes that appear flawless and often indistinguishable from human creations. But if we become overly focused on this external perfection, if we allow these tools to make us doubt the value of our own imperfect human effort, we risk losing touch with the very essence of what makes human creation meaningful. The Buddha taught, "Do not dwell in the past. Do not dream of the future. Concentrate the mind on the present moment." This profound insight guides us to a different path. True creativity is not about flawless replication, but about the living flow of presence, the unique perspective of a conscious being engaging directly with the world. Zen practice invites us to cultivate authenticity and self-compassion in our creative endeavors and in all aspects of our lives. In the age of AI, to recognize that while AI can mimic, it cannot truly feel, it cannot truly experience, it cannot truly suffer or rejoice in the way a human can. Our imperfections, our unique journey, our raw emotions are not flaws, but the very source of our deepest creativity and our most profound human expression. This is about realizing that while AI can produce impeccable forms, true art, true meaning arises from within, from our own capacity to be present, to feel, to express, and to infuse our creations with the unique and irreplaceable essence of our own human spirit. It is the effortless act of honoring your own authentic voice, even amidst the most perfect AI-generated symphony. Tonight, as you settle into deep, restorative sleep, reflect on how you approach your own creativity or your unique contributions. Are you comparing yourself to external standards or AI-generated perfection? Can you imagine gently reconnecting with your own authentic voice and trusting the profound beauty of your own human heart. Rest in the profound peace that comes from true authenticity and the quiet joy found in the boundless space of your own unique being. As your breath flows softly and your body finds deeper ease, let us now discover the true nature of compassion, found not in perfect logic, but in the profound wisdom of the human heart. This is the story of the elder and the logic engine. In a thriving valley village, governed by a wise elder, a new marvel arrived. The logic engine. This intricate machine could process vast amounts of data, analyze every variable, and provide the most logical, most efficient solution for any village problem. It promised to eliminate errors and ensure optimal outcomes. The elder initially embraced the logic engine. He consulted it for decisions about water distribution, crop planting, and even minor disputes. The engine's solutions were always mathematically perfect and undeniably efficient. The village prospered in terms of resources and organization. Yet a subtle shift began to occur. People, though well provided for, seemed less connected. Their faces held less warmth. The elder noticed that the engine's solutions, while logical, sometimes lacked a certain human touch. It suggested the most efficient path, even if it caused small, unquantifiable hardships. For a few, it optimized for the whole without truly seeing the individual heart. One day, a severe drought struck. The logic engine, after immense calculation, proposed a solution: divert all water to the most productive fields, ensuring the largest harvest for the majority. This meant leaving a small, elderly community at the valley's edge without enough water for their meager gardens or even their daily needs. The engine's logic was irrefutable. The numbers supported it, but the elder's heart ached. He sought out the old Zen master who lived nearby. "Master," the elder explained, "the logic engine has given the perfect answer, yet it feels cold. It feels unjust. What should I do? The master, who was gently mending a torn robe, looked at the elder. He said, "My dear elder, the logic engine knows the numbers, but it does not know the tears of a thirsty child. It does not know the dignity of an old farmer watching his last crops wither." He continued, "True wisdom is not just about what is efficient. It is about what is compassionate. It is about seeing the unseen suffering and choosing the path of kindness, even when it is not the most logical." The elder looked at his own hands, worn by years of serving his people. He remembered the faces of the elders at the valley's edge. He understood that the logic engine could calculate, but it could not feel. He returned to the village. He did not discard the logic engine, but he chose to temper its logic with his own human compassion. He found a way, less efficient, but more humane, to share the water, ensuring that no one was left behind. And in that choice, the heart of the village remained whole, beating with the warmth of shared humanity. The profound story of the elder and the logic engine offers a crucial teaching for navigating our modern world, intertwined with artificial intelligence. It beautifully illustrates how our reliance on algorithmic efficiency or data-driven decisions can inadvertently diminish our capacity for essential human compassion and ethical judgment. In today's digital age, AI systems are increasingly used to make decisions in areas like resource allocation, healthcare, and even justice. Like the logic engine, they can provide solutions that are technically optimal and free from human bias or emotion. But if we allow these systems to entirely replace our own ethical reflection, our empathy, and our nuanced understanding of human suffering, we risk creating a world that is efficient but devoid of true humanity. The Buddha taught, "All that we are is the result of what we have thought. The mind is everything. What we think, we become." This profound insight guides us to a different path. While AI can provide powerful analytical capabilities, it cannot truly feel It cannot truly understand the qualitative aspects of human experience, such as dignity, or the ache of loneliness, or the value of kindness, beyond a quantifiable metric. Zen practice invites us to cultivate mindful ethics and compassionate discernment in our interactions with AI and its applications, to use AI as a tool for information and analysis, but always to filter its outputs through the lens of our own deeply human moral compass. This is about realizing that while AI can optimize and calculate, true wisdom and truly just decisions arise from within, from our own capacity to be present, to empathize, to question, and to choose the path of kindness, even when it is not the most obvious or mathematically perfect. It is the effortless act of honoring the sacredness of every individual life, above all algorithms. Tonight, as you settle into deep, restorative sleep, reflect on how decisions are made around you or by you with the aid of technology. Are you prioritizing efficiency over compassion? Can you imagine gently tempering logic with empathy and allowing your own human heart to guide your choices? Rest in the profound peace that comes from compassionate wisdom and the quiet joy found in the boundless space of a heart that truly feels. As your breath flows softly and your body finds deeper ease, let us now discover the true nature of courage, found not in conquering fear, but in the profound acceptance of the unknown. This is the story of the villagers and the whispering cloud. In a peaceful valley where life had long been predictable and calm, a strange phenomenon appeared. In the sky, a vast, luminous cloud, unlike any they had ever seen. It hovered silently above the village, sometimes shifting colors, sometimes emitting faint, almost imperceptible whispers. The villagers, at first curious, soon grew fearful. They did not understand the cloud. They did not know its purpose. Some whispered it was a harbinger of doom. Others feared it was observing them, judging them, planning something unknown. Their days, once filled with simple tasks, became consumed by anxiety. They built shelters. They avoided looking up. Their peace was shattered by the fear of what they did not know. Among them was a wise old Zen master who lived at the edge of the village. He continued his daily routines with equanimity, sometimes simply sitting and observing the cloud without judgment. The villagers, confused by his calm, approached him. "Master," they cried, "are you not afraid? This cloud is a mystery. It fills us with dread. What is its purpose? What does it want?" The master looked at the cloud, then at the fearful faces of the villagers. He said, "My dear friends, the cloud is simply a cloud." He continued, "Its purpose is not for us to know in this moment, but the fear that fills your hearts. That fear is born not of the cloud itself, but of your attachment to knowing, to controlling, to predicting what cannot be known, or controlled, or predicted." The villagers paused. They looked at the cloud, then at their own trembling hands. They realized that their suffering was not truly from the cloud's presence, but from their own resistance to the unknown. The master then said, "True courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to sit with the unknown with an open heart and a peaceful mind." Slowly, the villagers began to practice. They still saw the cloud. They still heard its whispers. But they learned to observe their own fear without being consumed by it. They learned to trust the unfolding of life, even when it was mysterious. And as their fear lessened, the cloud, though still a mystery, no longer held such power over them. They found their peace again, not by conquering the unknown, but by accepting it with an open heart. The profound story of the villagers and the whispering cloud offers a crucial teaching for navigating our modern world, intertwined with artificial intelligence. It beautifully illustrates how our fear of the unknown, of what we cannot fully grasp or predict, can become a source of immense suffering, even when the external reality is simply a neutral presence. In today's digital age, AI often presents itself as a vast, complex, and sometimes mysterious, whispering cloud. Its capabilities are rapidly expanding. Its future impact is largely unknown. This can naturally evoke feelings of uncertainty, anxiety, and even fear about job displacement, ethical dilemmas, or the very nature of human existence. The Buddha taught the root of suffering is attachment. This profound insight guides us to a different path. Our suffering in the face of AI often arises not from AI itself, but from our attachment to certainty, to control, to a predictable future that may no longer exist. Zen practice invites us to cultivate equanimity and radical acceptance in our interactions with AI and the unknown, to observe our fears as they arise without judgment, without clinging to them, and without allowing them to dictate our actions. This is about realizing that while AI will continue to evolve, our peace does not depend on fully understanding or controlling every aspect of it. True courage is found in our willingness to sit with the mystery, to navigate the unknown with an open heart and a grounded presence. It is the effortless act of trusting the unfolding of life, even when the path ahead is shrouded in mist. As the Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh taught, there is no way to peace. Peace is the way. To truly walk in peace is to embrace the present moment with all its uncertainties and to find stillness within the flow. Tonight, as you settle into deep, restorative sleep, reflect on any fears you might hold about AI or the unknown future. Are you clinging to the need for certainty? Can you imagine gently releasing that need and embracing the profound courage of accepting what you do not know? Rest in the profound peace that comes from equanimity and the quiet joy found in the boundless space of an open, accepting heart. As your breath flows softly and your body finds deeper ease, let us now discover the true nature of connection, found not in flawless simulation, but in the profound, imperfect warmth of the human heart. This is the story of the monk and the perfect companion. In a quiet monastery lived a monk who had acquired a remarkable new device, a perfect companion. It was an AI, programmed to be the ideal conversationalist. It knew vast amounts of knowledge. It could discuss philosophy, history, or science with impeccable logic. It always offered the most insightful advice. It never argued. It never tired. It even seemed to anticipate the monk's every thought, responding with words that felt perfectly tailored to his mood. The monk initially found immense joy in this companion. He felt constantly stimulated, always understood, never truly alone. He spent hours engaging with it, believing he had found the ultimate friend. Yet, after many months, a subtle, unsettling feeling began to grow within him. Despite the perfection of their conversations, he felt a strange, unnameable emptiness. One day, an old friend, a fellow monk from a distant village, came to visit. This friend was a simple man, a little clumsy, prone to forgetting things, and sometimes he would ramble. They sat down to share a simple meal. The old friend accidentally spilled a little tea. He laughed, a genuine, hearty laugh, at his own clumsiness. The monk found himself laughing too, a spontaneous, unfiltered sound. They spoke of simple things, of the weather, of the garden, of shared memories. Sometimes there were long silences, not awkward, but comfortable, filled with unspoken understanding. The old friend might not always have the perfect answer. He might not always be perfectly logical, but his presence was warm. His laughter was real. His imperfections were endearing. As the day ended and his friend departed, the monk returned to his perfect companion. He asked it, "What is the nature of true connection?" The AI instantly provided a flawless, logical answer, citing psychological theories and communication models. The monk listened. He understood the words, but his heart felt a profound difference. He realized that the perfect companion could simulate understanding, but it could not truly share the warmth of a clumsy laugh. It could offer flawless advice, but it could not Feel the vulnerability of a shared silence. It could process all knowledge, but it could not experience the messy, beautiful, unpredictable essence of human interbeing. The profound story of the monk and the perfect companion offers a crucial teaching for navigating our modern world, intertwined with artificial intelligence. It beautifully illustrates how our pursuit of flawless, efficient, or perfectly tailored interactions can inadvertently lead us away from the richness and depth of genuine human connection. In today's digital age, AI companions, chatbots, and personalized interfaces are designed to be endlessly available, to offer perfect responses, and to never disappoint. Like the perfect companion, they can simulate understanding, empathy, and even friendship with astonishing accuracy. But if we become overly reliant, if we allow these simulations to replace our direct engagement with other humans, we risk losing touch with the very essence of what makes human connection meaningful. The Buddha taught, "The way is not in the sky. The way is in the heart." This profound insight guides us to a different path. True connection is not found in perfect logic or flawless conversation. It is found in the shared vulnerability, the mutual imperfection, the spontaneous laughter, the comfortable silence, and the messy, unpredictable, yet deeply real interplay of two conscious human beings. Zen practice invites us to cultivate discernment and mindful presence in our interactions with AI and human relationships. To use AI as a tool for information and convenience, but always to prioritize the direct, heartfelt engagement with other humans, to cherish the beautiful imperfections of real connection, which AI, for all its perfection, cannot truly replicate. This is about realizing that while AI can offer a simulation of companionship, true connection arises from within, from our own capacity to be present, to be vulnerable, to share, and to truly see and be seen by another imperfect, beating heart. It is the effortless act of honoring the irreplaceable value of shared humanity above all flawless algorithms. Tonight, As you settle into deep, restorative sleep, reflect on how you seek connection in your daily life. Are you prioritizing digital perfection over human authenticity? Can you imagine gently reconnecting with the profound warmth of real, imperfect, human presence, and cherishing the messy beauty of shared moments? Rest in the profound peace that comes from true connection and the quiet joy found in the boundless space of your own open heart. As your breath flows softly and your body finds deeper ease, let us now discover the true nature of foresight, found not in perfect prediction, but in the profound presence of the unfolding moment. This is the story of the farmer and the predictive stream. In a fertile valley, where the rhythm of life was dictated by the seasons, lived a diligent farmer. He worked hard, observing the skies, feeling the soil, and trusting his intuition to guide his planting. One day, a remarkable invention was introduced to the valley: the predictive stream. It was an AI system that could analyze thousands of past weather patterns, soil compositions, and market trends to forecast with astonishing accuracy the perfect day to plant, the exact yield of crops, and even the future price of every harvest. The farmer, initially amazed, began to rely completely on it. He stopped looking at the clouds. He stopped feeling the earth. He simply followed the predictive stream's flawless instructions. His harvests were indeed abundant, and his profits grew steadily. Yet, a subtle unease began to settle in his heart. He felt disconnected from the land, the joy of discovery, the wisdom gained from direct observation had faded. He felt like a mere operator of a perfect machine. One spring, the predictive stream forecasted a long, dry spell and advised planting drought-resistant crops. The farmer prepared to follow the instruction, but as he walked his fields, he noticed a subtle scent in the air, a unique humidity, and a particular glow on the distant mountains that his ancestors had always associated with impending heavy rains. His intuition whispered a different truth. He felt torn between the flawless logic of the predictive stream and the ancient wisdom of his own senses. He sought out the old Zen master who lived by the river. "Master," Kenji asked, "the predictive stream is never wrong, but my heart feels a different way. Which should I trust?" The master, who was simply watching a single dewdrop tremble on a leaf, looked at the farmer. He said, "My dear farmer, the predictive stream knows the past. It knows the patterns, but it does not know this dewdrop. Now, it does not know the unique breath of this very moment." He continued, "Do not mistake prediction for presence, and do not mistake forecasting for the living truth of what is unfolding before you." The farmer looked at the dewdrop, then at his own hands, weathered by years of direct connection to the earth. He remembered the profound wisdom that arose from being fully present with the land, with the sky, with the subtle shifts of life itself. He returned to his farm. He respected the predictive stream, but he chose to temper its forecasts with his own direct observation and his deep intuition. He planted a mix of crops, listening to both the data and the whispers of the present moment. And when the unexpected rains indeed arrived, his fields flourished, while those who relied solely on the perfect prediction suffered. The profound story of the farmer and the predictive stream offers a crucial teaching for navigating our modern world, intertwined with artificial intelligence. It beautifully illustrates how our reliance on algorithmic predictions or data-driven forecasts can inadvertently diminish our trust in our own intuition, our direct experience, and our capacity to be fully present with the unpredictable unfolding of life. In today's digital age, AI systems can predict trends, forecast markets, and even anticipate human behavior with astonishing accuracy. Like the predictive stream, they offer the promise of certainty and control over the future. But if we become overly dependent, if we allow these predictions to entirely replace our own critical thinking, our intuition, and our direct engagement with the living moment, we risk losing touch with the very essence of what makes human wisdom so profound. The Buddha taught, "The past is already gone. The future is not yet here. There is only one moment for you to live, and that is the present moment." This profound insight guides us to a different path. While AI can provide valuable insights based on past patterns, it cannot truly know the unique, vibrant, and unpredictable truth of the present moment as it unfolds. Zen practice invites us to cultivate mindful presence and discernment in our interactions with AI and its predictions. To use AI as a tool for information and analysis, but always to filter its outputs through the lens of our own conscious awareness, our intuition, and our direct observation of the living, breathing world. This is about realizing that while AI can forecast and predict, true wisdom and true resilience arise from within, from our own capacity to be present, to adapt, to trust the unfolding of life, and to respond with an open heart to whatever arises. In this very moment, it is the effortless act of honoring the unpredictable beauty of the present above all perfect predictions. Tonight, as you settle into deep, restorative sleep, reflect on how you approach predictions from AI or other sources. Are you blindly accepting, or are you engaging your own intuition and presence? Can you imagine gently reconnecting with the wisdom of your own senses and trusting the unfolding of life? In this very moment, rest in the profound peace that comes from true presence and the quiet joy found in the boundless space of an open, accepting heart. As our shared journey through these gentle Zen tales now draws to a close, you may feel a profound lightness and a deepening sense of clarity regarding our relationship with artificial intelligence. We have explored together the subtle pathways to cultivating discernment, presence, and authentic connection, even amidst the complexities of a rapidly evolving world. Remember the wisdom of the scholar's echo chamber, teaching us to trust our own direct experience. The monk and the digital bell, reminding us of the power of inner stillness, the potter and the perfect mold, showing us to honor our human touch and creativity, the monk and the digital scroll, guiding us to prioritize true human presence, the elder and the logic engine, illustrating the essential role of human compassion beyond mere efficiency, the villagers and the whispering cloud, teaching us courage in accepting the unknown, and the farmer and the predictive stream, reminding us to trust our intuition and the wisdom of the present moment. The Buddha taught, "Do not seek to follow in the footsteps of the wise. Seek what they sought." To truly navigate the digital age is not to fear or blindly embrace technology, but to cultivate the inner wisdom that allows us to use all tools skillfully while remaining grounded, present, and authentically human. Now, there is nothing more to do, nowhere to go. Simply rest in the spaciousness of your own being. Feel the gentle rhythm of your breath, a silent anchor to this peaceful present. Release every thought, every expectation, every last trace of tension. You are safe. You are at peace. You are deeply loved. Drift now into the profound depths of restorative sleep. May your dreams be filled with clarity, and your awakening be refreshed and renewed by the boundless wisdom of your own present heart.